To start off our Aeldari series, we're going to have a look at the army rules. In this series, I'm going to teach you how to use each Aeldari unit more effectively. So, admittedly, I haven't had much experience with Aeldari. Taken them one major tournament, one decent tournament, and I've played a fair amount of practice games, but I still wouldn't consider myself an expert. Right, so army rules, battle focus. So in your army, you can get battle focus tokens, okay? Either 2 for incursion, 4 for strike force, or 6 for onslaught, okay? Each time one of the triggers shown in the Agile Manoeuvres section below occurs, you can spend 1 battle focus token to enable the relevant eligible unit to perform that Agile Manoeuvre. The unit is eligible to perform an Agile Manoeuvre if it has this ability and has not already performed an Agile Manoeuvre in the same phase. Unless otherwise stated, you cannot trigger the same Agile Manoeuvre more than once per phase. At the end of the battle round, all unspent battle focus tokens are lost. So, in average game, Strike Force, you'll get 4 tokens to last you the entire battle round. So, your turn, your opponent's turn. And you've got 6 Agile Manoeuvres. So, the first one, Swift as the Wind. When an eligible unit from your army is selected to make a normal, advance, or fallback move, you can trigger this Agile Manoeuvre more than once per phase, provided a different unit performs it each time. Until the end of the phase, add 2 inches to the move characteristics of models in that unit. So this one's nice and easy. This is one that I used to use quite often. All it does is increases the movement of your units by 2 inches. You can use this as many times as you want. So you can use this 4 times. You've got 4 tokens on 4 different units. Something to remember: you can't use 2 maneuvers on the same unit. Only 1 maneuver can be used per unit. Next one, this is super useful, Flitting Shadows. So when an eligible unit from your army is selected to make a normal, advance, or fallback move, or is set up on the battlefield or declares a charge. Until the end of the turn, enemy units cannot use the fire over stratagem to shoot at that unit. The key bit about this is you've got to do it before your opponent declares Overwatch. So it may be wasted, but if you think the unit's pretty valuable, you've got some Howling Banshees, say, gonna do an advance right in front of an enemy, they'll probably just shoot them to pieces, then you declare it on there. I always used to declare it on my Fire Dragons as a jumping out because they were my most useful unit. Next one, Star Engines. So when an eligible vehicle unit from your army is selected to make a normal move. So this is not an advanced move, this is a normal move. So until the end of the phase, add d6 plus 1 to the move characteristics of models in that unit. Which is interesting because it's until the end of the phase. So if you used a stratagem where you could use a reactive move, let's say, I'm not sure one comes up for vehicles, but if you did, then you would have the same extra movement. So it's kind of like an advanced move, but just a little bit better with the plus 1. Next one, Sudden Strike. So this is probably the least used one, for me at least anyway. When an eligible unit from your army is selected to fight, until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit makes a pile-in or consolidation move, it can move up to 6 instead of up to 3. Next one, Opportunity Seized. When an enemy unit ends a fallback move, 1 eligible unit from your army, except from Titanic, that started the phase within engagement round of that enemy unit can make a normal move of up to d6 plus 1. So for example, opponent falls back because they want to shoot at your unit. Your unit can just pop inside a ruin and be safe from firing, or at least get some cover, or at least block out some enemy shooting if possible. And finally, Fade Back. So in your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit is shot, 1 eligible unit from your army, not including Titanic, that was hit by 1 or more of those attacks can make a normal move up to d6 plus 1. So remember that Agile Manoeuvres, you can use each one once per phase. So for example, you could use, Fleeting Shadows, Denying Overwatch, twice. So you could use it in the movement phase and you could use it in the charge phase. You can use Swift of the Wind, for example. You could use it in the movement phase, but you can also use it. So, for example, say your Rangers do a reactive move, you can use the same one to add to the movement. Obviously, you won't be able to use it to fade back because it's still an agile maneuver, so that'd be two in the same phase on the same unit. And for example, when you're getting back into transport, you can add two to the move. So anytime it's a normal move, it says in the rules, you can use Swift as Wind on that as well, just to make those reactive moves a little bit more reliable. And then finally, to round up, you've got Disparate Paths. When mustering your army, you can include Harlequin units in your army, even though they do not have the Asaurian faction keywords. Unless otherwise stated, you cannot select Harlequins or Ynnari as your army faction. So yeah, pretty useful. Agile Manoeuvres. I used to try and explain it to my opponent, to my friends that I played with, that it's kind of like I've got 6 free stratagems that I can select from each turn. Because I played Warhost, I got an extra battle focus token. Sometimes I had 6 with an enhancement, so I'd have 6 free stratagems pretty much every turn. And with Warhost as well, you get to add an additional inch to any of the move ones. So the Swift of the Wind would be 3 inches, Star Engines would be D6 plus 2, Fade Back D6 plus 2, Opportunity Seize D6 plus 2, and then Sudden Strike. I'm not sure if that would be. No, it wouldn't, because it's a normal advance, or it's just a normal move. So the 6 inches piling consolidation wouldn't count, so it'd still be 6 inches for that one. But yeah, very useful army roll. Any questions, any comments, let me know down below.